Hello everyone, I'm Ankit Raj Pathak from Zeron and your host for today's Cyber Posture live fire chat session. I would want to welcome everyone who has joined today and I hope everyone is doing great today. So, just summarizing last week's session that we discussed on decoding cloud posture management, uh, we um, we had a discussion on how being secure and security as an umbrella term is important. A very crisp yet informative session we had. Taking the next step today in this episode, we are honored to have Mr. Vijay Pawar, Deputy General Manager IT from PDCC Bank, with us today on this fireside chat. He will help us understand and share his expertise on information security in District Cooperative Bank. So please join me as I welcome Mr. Vijay Pawar.
Good
Hello,
evening,
sir.
everyone. Good evening,
Hello, sir.
everyone.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you for taking out your time for this session, sir. Sir, so let's, I guess, get straight to the session. I
Sure.
would like to ask you the first question, sir. So, could you please tell us how has the landscape of information security in district cooperative banks evolved over the past few years? I mean, obviously, you must have seen the transitioning happening. So,
Yes.
if you could, yes, sir.
Yes. See, district central cooperative bank specifically having a spread across the district, and primarily the key stakeholder, that means the customer, majorly who are from the rural segment. So the awareness of the rural customer is very important. Previously, the banking used to happen in a traditional way, but gradually the new area, new technology has been adopted. So in that particular context, we need to understand it, how this banking has evolved. So previously, as the traditional manual banking has moved toward the core banking services, now the bank, DCC banks has moved to the next area. That means they are maintaining their own data center. They are maintaining the data center under hosting mode. They are maintaining the data center in co-location mode. So similarly, in PDCC, we are maintaining our own data center. We have a strict security at the physical layer. Physical layer means the all employee, those who are working in the IT department, as well as the entire providing the services in the head office as well as the branches, they have been having a identity cards. They have a secured access. Specifically at the IT department and data center, we have a secured access. We also have a access management. We also have a restricted areas where we don't allow it up. So the all information we are store it up in a our tier 3 or tier 2 data centers, and in that context basically we do manage it up. So if I say to tier 2 data center, I have a redundancy to add server storages, also the network security components, everything. We also have a disaster recovery center located in Amravati Pi data center. At networking level also I have a primary and secondary. So in nutshell, what I would like to say, my information is stored in a secured environment, ensuring that all the necessary action has been taken against, so that no breach, no any violations, no any things has to happen. So in that way, the information security has evolved. We are entering into a next generation kind of security at the data district central cooperative banks.
Exactly. So with time, everyone has to change, and everything is changing in this rapid
Yes,
world. You're
yes,
right, sir.
absolutely.
Right. In the meantime, if any one of you wants to have wants to ask any question, kindly comment it. We will surely take it and we'll have it discussed with sir.
Sure, sir.
So speaking about the changes, right? Challenges become a part of the process. So I would like to ask you around the same that, according to you, what are the challenges that district cooperative bank face in ensuring robust information security?
So, as I have mentioned it up, District Central Cooperative Bank traditionally used to work previously in a manual way. gradually the mindset has changed and they have adopted the technology. They have adopted the new way of working the bank, how the banking has to come across, right? So in that
Correct.
context, the topmost stakeholder, what we can say it up, is the respected board, respected key
Mm-hmm.
stakeholder like our vice chairman, chairman sir, MD sir, all leadership team. We need to get their buy-ins. That is very important, to build their trust on technology. They build their trust on the processes what we are going to implement it up. So buying is one of the challenge. We need to convince them. We need to give them a kind of justification that sir. And second important is the budgeting. Budgeting is very important.
Sure.
When we are adopting any new technology, budget is very important. So cost is another challenge which we can say it up. But for if the board, if the leadership is visionary, they will definitely will not restrict at all these kind of things. So that is
Correct.
important, sir. Next is the availability of the skill set, availability of the human resources, trained resources is also very important, because normally in DCC you won't see the people who are highly qualified, highly intellectuals and all. They definitely have to manage it up with a local staff, local
Right.
vendors, and
Right.
training and making them to aware about the new adoption of the technology is another thing, sir. So the when having the vendor who are expert and all, so these are multiple challenges. In fact, at technology level also, the
Mm-hmm.
people who are working in the data center, working in the IT department, must be aware about the latest technology. At least they must be having some knowledge, or they must be having a references and contacts, so that the business should not get impacted. What we are using with the new technology, that business should not get impacted. So these are all multiple layered challenges are there, and we have to balance that one, sir. Actually.
Absolutely. Sir, very rightly, very correctly said about all the challenges in an organization. So we saw the challenges, we understood the changes. Now, like implying, as you said, implying comes to the scene. So, how does bank ensure compliance with regulatory standards related to information security?
So, see, information, what I would say, information is very essential assets. We need to securely maintain it up, right? Be it a small customer, be it a billionaire customer, whatever it may be. We need to store it in a secured environment. So, from the
Correct.
compliance point of view, RBI is the topmost regulatory body. Apart from that, RBI has a various guidelines, various regulations, various
Mhm.
circulars about the information security. They have to maintain it up. Apart from RBI, we also have a NABARD. NABARD also has defined the information security framework, information security guidelines. Apart from that one, we also have a NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, who
Correct.
provides some kind of product, digital products and all, with a
Mhm.
secured way, and with the do's and don't, and the way of how do we handle that product basically. So the guidelines, the framework, security framework, we need to go ahead. According to RBI, we should have a multiple committees which takes care of the information security. It may contains the strategy committee, IT strategy committee, IT steering committee, IT information security committee. So these are the various committee, and the corresponding members who will be a participant as well as the key stakeholder of that committee has to be varied. So strategy committee must contain the board level, director level
Right.
person who is qualified and educated and should be capable enough to take the and see the decisions what the people are taking it up. Similarly, in steering committee, all technical people as well as the department level people, expert people has to get involved. So these multiple committee, those are responsible to take the decisions to see that how the future path banking has to be adopted. IT department has to be adopted, or each and every individual resources who are working in the IT has to be adopted, right? So in that
Right.
way, multiple regulatory compliance are there. Apart from that one, we also have a NABARD Ensure portal. We do regularly upload the data from the digital channel point of view, what we do it up. We
Mm-hmm.
also have a VAPT. We conduct it up regular basis. So these are even information security audit. We do it up. If any new
Right.
technology we are adopting or new implementation is there, we do have a data migration audit. So these are the kind of like regulatory compliance activities we do perform it up. We add technology landscape. Let me tell you, if I have
Yes.
a server storages,
Mm-hmm.
then definitely I have to have a latest patch implemented, DLP implemented. I also have to have a antivirus regularly updated. Their
Mm-hmm.
virus signature has to be properly updated. Everything we have, from the regulatory compliance point of view, we do it up, sir.
Sure, sir. Like cyber risk, financial risk, everything has to
Yes,
be balanced in an organization, right?
absolutely, absolutely, sir.
Yes, yes. Sir, so my next question would be in the context of banking regulation, right? What role does the bank's information security play in maintaining customers' trust? As you said, like customer needs to trust and needs to have that belief in you to give my, for example, I'm the customer, I have to believe in you to give my all assets to you, right? So how can we like maintain the customer's trust in this play?
See, I will answer this question in basically bringing you the context of like most important, information is the most important asset, right?
Correct.
My customer blindly rely on me until and unless he gain the confidence, right?
Exactly.
So they give their hard earned money to our bank as a kind
Exactly.
of deposit, whatever it may be. So the information, the data related to this all asset, we keep it into a secured environment. So in our basically in our PDCC bank, we have a almost tier 2 to tier 3 data centers where I do keep this information in a restricted and secured environment. I do ensure that I have a my non-server form securely maintain it up. I also
Right.
have my all servers with a top brand servers we have taken up, which having a redundancy, which having a restricted access. I also have a storages from Hitachi and all these things. I also have a firewalls, next generation firewall. That means, if I, in nutshell, if I want to convey, my data center is completely secured with a redundancy at each level, network layer, physical layer, software functionality, and every layer. And also, I have a redundancy at DR site also, right? So that means
Right.
my all information I have securely kept. Apart from that one, I also have to maintain it up the security by two-factor authentications. I have a mobile
Right.
banking which gives them basically a secured access. I also have a
Mm-hmm.
SMS banking. I regularly update them with the various whatever the changes has happened. If anything has come updated and all, I need to inform them. A regularly
Correct.
alert has to go to my customer. That means, so my customer is very much aware about whatever the things we do it up. So regularly we do have a KYCs. Even
Mm-hmm.
KYCs also we do, and in that context, basically we want to ensure my customer is aware about what are the products and the delivery services they are getting it up, and that too in a secured way. So in that we
Right.
want to build our customer trust. We want to make sure we also conduct FLCs, financial literacy camps at our
Right.
various vibhags and zones level, sir. So we do aware them, sir, regular basis.
Correct. Correct. That makes sense very much, sir. So we have a question. It's is tracking regulatory compliances a pain for you?
We don't see as a pain. We
Right.
always consider it to be a challenge, and we do have a mitigation plan. As long as we have a technology adoption mindset, it never be a pain at all. So we do keep our mindset to be in a always welcoming such kind of technology challenges and technology adoption. So we don't consider it as a pain, sir.
So you take it as a challenge point of view
Yes,
to make things
absolutely,
better. Right.
absolutely.
Right. 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 So there's one more question, sir. I think if there's no question, we can conclude it after that. Or so, what measures in place do you take to safeguard sensitive customer data, given the point that there is an increased in prevalence of cyber threats?
See, as you know, even government has also brought up a Digital Personal Data Protection Act. Very
Right.
important. Under that act, many things has been restricted. Okay, so in that context, we do have a at our layer, at our data center, IT department, and all, we do have our standard process of maintaining the SLAs, maintaining
Right.
the various checks, controls. We do adopt a data. So to go to the next layer, as such, even RBI also mentioned it up. How do we maintain the security at? So basically, even at counter level, the particular employee or enter the data. Since then, too, the data gets stored into the servers at database level and all. We do have a encryptions kind of thing. We do have a two-factor authentications. We only allow the access to the authorized people. So in that context, we do not allow anyone unauthorized person to access it up. We do regularly change the password on through system constraint. System will
Mhm.
automatically ask the person to change the password. Even
Right.
at various layer also, we do apply the such kind of security checks, sir, actually. So in that context, we protect our secured and personal data.
Right. So periodical changes in security, periodical changes in the strategy you
Absolutely.
want to. Right.
Absolutely, sir.
Right. Sir, it's my personal question. Like one question I have: how do you see cooperative banks in the future? Like, let's say walking down 5 years down the lane. What do you think would be the major changes or the challenges, or how far can we see cooperative banks in the next 5 years?
See, let me tell you, cooperative bank basically the most important link between the real Indian culture. That means the rural India. If you say rural India, most of the farmers are there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their awareness about the technology, their awareness about the adoption of the new challenges, processes, and all is very important. Until and unless they adopt it or they change their mindset, they can't accept the
Right.
technology. So it's really a challenge for the cooperative bank to make them aware, bring them to a regular flow of their peers. Peers means what?
Right.
The corporate banks, the international nationalized PSU and all. So in that context, basically the cooperative bank plays a very crucial role to follow their peers. At the same time, they have to bring the advanced technology with the mindset that the adaptability of this the granular level person, granular level customer has to bring him into
Mm-hmm.
the flow. So patience is
Right.
very important. Second important thing is the trust, the loyalty, the confidence level. So the cooperative bank has the most trust and loyalty in the rural India. If you go to the rural and the urban India, remote area, you will only see the cooperative banks having a
Right.
very good
Right.
network, very good interactions. At the same time, they're maintaining the loyalty, they are maintaining the relationships. So in that context, it's a very important to understand how they balance it up. So it's very important,
Right.
sir. So the IT department in PDCC, we play the crucial role. We at one
Mm-hmm.
point of time bring the advanced technology. At other point of time, we also maintain the trust and loyalty, and we need to bridge them together so that my granular poorest farmer as a customer, I need to give them an advanced technology based on his maturity, based on his
Right.
understanding, and I have to make them platform to be available for his services. So that is very important. So cooperative banks are, they are always following their peers, PSUs and the big urban
Mm-hmm.
segment banks, but with a mindset that they don't want to disconnect their real customers, sir, who are operating in the rural India, sir.
Very detailed explanation, sir. Very detailed explanation.
Thank you very much.
Sir, we have one question. Um, how does the bank allocate budgetary resources for information security, and how has this changed in response to evolving threats?
Yes. Now, the budgetary point of view, let me tell you. Normally, DCC Bank, by nature itself, has been considered into a less important. as per the the race, how these international nationalized urban segment and all that, they usually consider to be a less technology adopted, less technology aware bank and all. So in that context, basically, if I want to bring any kind of, let us say, the CISO from the
Right.
advanced or international bank and all, budgetary will be definitely a constraint. But in that context also, we need to balance it up. So in there, where we need to play a role to educate the local people, local resources, bring them a good opportunity, give them a enough freedom to learn the things, give them enough training, give them anything whatever he needed to come to the up to the mark. Definitely it is a patience process. We need to be a patience, but in long term, sir, it is very important, because I will be having a zero attrition there. That person will
Right.
not leave my bank. He will be
Right.
definitely trained, he will come to up to that level, and he will definitely return back to the bank with a whatever is required. Whereas if I
Right.
go and bring any new resources, new talent and all, it will be very difficult for me to
Absolutely.
maintain it up, because he looks
Right.
forward for his transitions. Whereas in this local person, if I educate him, I give them enough freedom and give them a positive mindset, it will be asset to the bank, sir. So in that
Right.
context, we do maintain that particular process, and based on that process, we even though budgetary constraint, we make sure that our team should run the show. We at no
Right.
point of time we are less aware about the technology. We are aware about the technologies.
Right. So it's more of a customer centric rather than a brand centric.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Got it. Got it. I guess that is it from the questions from the audience. It was really great talking to you, and
Thank
honestly,
you.
I also got to learn a lot of things from you. There were a lot of insights in this session, and I somewhat gained interest in what you were saying, and I would surely research about more about the cooperative bank and the future of it, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you for giving
Thank
your
you very
time,
much.
sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thank you. So that was Vijay sir from PDCC Bank, and such a great session. Honestly, even I enjoyed taking this session. So I guess this is it from this today's session, and we would just want to tell you that Zero One is coming up. Please, it's on the 9th of December, and I would want you guys to spread the word and also register. So go to our socials, go to the link provided there, and do join us on 9th of December. Spread the word and also register. So that was it from my side. See you all in the next week of Cyber Posture.